Welcome to Newport Living and Lifestyles. I'm Kristen Gibson, and today we'll be talking about the monthly horoscope, Sagittarius. And today we have birthday girl, Shauna Spear of William Ravis, and Karen Chapeau, the yogic mystic. So we are going to learn a little bit about each one of them today. Shauna, tell us a little bit about yourself.
So, I'm originally from Oregon, born and bred out there, as we say. I'm an Oregon duck. Moved here in 2001, and I'm a realtor with William Ravis, real estate here locally, but I do cover the whole state. So if you have needs, feel free to call. But in the meantime, I'm excited to find out what's in store with my fate for the month of December.
Ooh, me too.
So I would like to share a little bit first about what I do and how I get this information. I get it from the sidereal zodiac. So I'm a Vedic astrologer, and there's a lot of truth in the Western tropical astrology, and I actually work with that as well. But in this case with Kristen, I am working on the Vedic sidereal zodiac. So I will share with you what is going on. But first I would like to also tell you that if you want to learn about this, I teach it, and you could visit me at theyogicmystic.com and find classes online. I teach mystic cards, which are really the book of time, and they're astrological and they're science.
Is that like numerology?
Very much like numerology.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Sacred geometry, astrology is involved, the planets, and it's really science, math, and magic all merged, which is called avidya, which is a Sanskrit word that actually describes when science, math, and art meet.
Well, I'm not good at any of the math stuff, just the art and the magic.
Bring on the magic! We're going to talk a lot about ethical principles and core beliefs and what's front and center for Sagittarius this month. But first off, Sagittarius people, when your sun is sitting in Sagittarius in your chart, you should know that, first off, I'm a Vedic astrologer, and I do the Indian astrology from the East, and it's 23 degrees or so different from the Western astrology. But it applies to all Sagittarius and anybody with sun in Sagittarius in their chart, whatever the chart is. So, what about Sagittarius? Sagittarius people with sun in Sagittarius, because we know sun is the seat of the soul. And deep inside of us, and I'm a Sag too, a Sag sun in the tropical zodiac. Yeah.
So we need shirts. Sag sun.
Sag sun. We love to travel. We're free birds. We're independents. And we are, that arrow, we just say it like it is. We're straight shooters.
Gotcha.
Yes. Yeah, there's no sugarcoating. Yes, open mouth, insert foot, and sometimes it's too honest. So we have to be careful of TMI and say it more sweetly, or maybe refrain in some cases.
Honest to a fault sometimes.
Yes, you and me.
Maybe especially during this Thanksgiving season.
Yes. So we're going to talk about the Thanksgiving season and the Christmas season and what to do in the holiday season to keep the peace in the family. And this is also global. So it's very interesting, as above, so below, as within, so without. What's going on inside you and your family can also be taking place globally. So what's happening with Sagittarius right now is, since Jupiter is the Lord of Sagittarius, it owns Sagittarius, kind of like Sagittarius is the real estate in the sky and Jupiter is the landlord. So it gives a flavor to Sagittarius. So you should know about Jupiter. What are the attributes of Jupiter? This will tell you a lot about yourself. And the attributes of Jupiter can be very dogmatic, and they are, Jupiter actually means guru. We can also be the go-tos, the salt of the earth. People can come to us. We are great advisors. We are lawyers. We are fair. That's why we're such truth seekers and speakers of the truth. And often, if it's a little bit exaggerated, we can be a little righteous, maybe a little too judicious, and maybe, we have to watch that part of ourselves. Not that everybody has that, but what's going on specifically right now that could make Sagittarius a little bit more about the judicious, dogmatic side of things is that Saturn is Saturn. And this is the Saturn finger. So if you want to know anything about Saturn, just think about what it feels like to have someone go like that. Yes.
You guys can hang out with Librans more often. Yes. We'll balance you out.
I know. It's so much fun, the Librans. So we're fun too, but maybe this time around it can be a little tough for us until 2020 because we have Saturn sitting right in our house of Sagittarius. And Saturn is the great teacher, and it brings obstacles, it brings delays, and sometimes adversities and challenges. But on the bright side, and it also polices things. So if any of you have been feeling policed since, I think it was about a year ago. When did it go in? Let me see. It was about a year ago. It goes every 2.5 years. It changes signs. So it went in about a year ago, October, I believe. When, if any of you were feeling a little policed by maybe your boss or maybe by your mother or by a friend, and people were structuring you and you didn't want to be structured because Sages hate to be structured. We're free birds. Yes, we have
Business
wings.
owners, yes.
Yes. Yes. So that can be kind of the darker side of having Saturn sitting in Sagittarius. But on the lighter side, Saturn can actually help you get things done. So it creates discipline. And if you are, say, for example, writing a book, or you have a project, or you're, an art project, or something that you've been trying to get done and you just haven't found the discipline to get it done, this is the time to get it done. And you had that until
Quit procrastinating.
Yeah, no
Right.
procrastinating. Saturn will make sure you get it done, and so it's sort of a purifying influence in your life. So yeah, no, it cuts the fat right out. So you'll be able to focus more clearly on getting your goals done, and hopefully eating right, dieting the right, finding just that right diet, the right exercise, the right yoga,
Not so much.
the right meditation, the right time to go to bed, and all these things. So Saturn in Sagittarius is all about the right thing to do for purification and to keep you on your path. So thank you, Saturn, for keeping us on our path. But no thank you for all the policing.
Yeah. It sounds like the yin and the yang.
Yes.
So you're free birds, but disciplined free birds.
Yes, we're disciplined free birds just
Brilliant.
just for 2020, just until then.
Okay.
So it's good to know. It's not just
Okay.
you feeling like, why do I feel so structured and I would like to spread my wings, but it's really all Sages are feeling that. So it's kind of nice to know we're in the same boat. So Jupiter has just gone into Scorpio, which is Mars's sign. So when Jupiter, as we know, it's the judicious planet, goes into Scorpio, Mars's sign, it can bring up political, religious scandals, challenge people's ethical beliefs, core values get shaken, and this can happen globally with leaders as well as this can happen in our own families. So if you are a peacemaker type and it starts getting heated at the family table, dinner table for Thanksgiving, lay low and just watch. Because
Just enjoy your brandy.
Just enjoy the brandy and the mashed potatoes or whatever it is.
Just keep shoving them in your mouth.
Have another glass of wine.
Yes. Now, unless there's something like this, may be your chance to actually stand up for yourself. If you feel like you've never asserted yourself, this could be your time to stand up and say, this is who I am, and I am going to have no longer a wishy-washy spine. I'm going to have a spine on this. And if that's what you're called to do, then do it. But no, this is going to be kind of heated. And I commend you if you're going to be assertive finally after all these years of shrinking. Now, also, hidden truths can come out because Scorpio is all about the deep, dark secrets. And if Jupiter is going into Mars' sign of Scorpio, it's going to bring up hidden truths around religious leaders and possibly around core beliefs that people just maybe you didn't even know they had. So things are going to resurface. All the stuff in the dirt it's going to be dug up. And so be ready for that. It's sort of exciting. It's a time of purification and transformation. Now, on top of all this, we've got Mercury going retrograde, and that is a big one.
I am worn out already, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh my God. Well, you just stop me if it gets to be too much. But I want to share that Mercury, it may not affect everyone the same way because it depends on where Mercury is sitting in your chart and the condition of that house. But in general, Mercury globally is the planet of communication, and it governs technology, and it governs
My problem this
cars, phones and computers, and it is, the planet where it can cause confusion and communication breakdowns if you have sort of a challenged Mercury in your chart. So when Mercury goes retrograde, it goes backwards. So when anything goes backwards, it kind of slows things down and it creates a stronger influence. So this is the time, which is why I'm bringing up Thanksgiving dinners and holiday dinners, because all of us have families, not all of us, but where it can be heated sometimes when you're with your family, small doses sometimes, right? But with all of the Saturn sitting in Sagittarius and then Mercury going retrograde, communications can be misunderstood. So you could be trying to assert yourself and nobody understands you because you didn't say it right. And then you're really in trouble. So it may not be the right time to assert yourself, but trust yourself, you'll know. This is the time to go inward and write or do beautiful art projects or do something more inward and percolate on ideas. Create what you want to manifest in your life. And
this might be the reason why my family has a rule. Family and fish have one thing in common. After 3 days, they both begin to stink.
I think that's an ancient Chinese proverb too.
Sounds like it, doesn't it?
Okay, so what to do during this Mercury retrograde? Not time to buy a car, not time to sign a lease or any legal documents, not a time to even get married. This is a time to not commit or start anything new. This is a time to really go in and stay in your own lane and think about self-care. And what can you do during this time for self-care? I recommend, to prevent gaining weight during the holidays, more exercise, of course, and be outside in your exercise. Who are these people on the treadmills inside in the gym on a beautiful sunny day? They're missing on the fresh air. They're missing out on the sunlight, vitamin D. And they're missing out on being able to turn their head to right and left and actually get some neck motion to see the beautiful houses all around them and the trees. And instead, they're looking straight ahead at this TV on a treadmill. And that's really sort of an inferior way to get your cardiovascular activity. Unless you want to go in a dance class and you get the whole movement, you get some joy, you get some music.
Just like that.
Yeah.
Little salsa, little reggae.
Look at that. Eh?
Yeah. This is also a really good time to, at the full moon, do some moon bathing. What is moon bathing? Moon bathing. It's a lost science. It's a lost art. It's being outside
Is there
under the moon
a body
beams.
of water with us at the same time?
Are there clothing involved?
I mean, ideally it would be naked, but we can't be naked now because it's too cold. So we'll have to walk on the beach and then let the moonbeams come in onto your face. And look up at the moon and just absorb it and breathe in the moonbeams.
Okay.
We're getting Hooga Booga right now, but you know what? It is powerful.
Well, it's like breathing in the sun, right?
It
It's
is.
just breathing in a different energy, I suppose.
And Ayurvedic medicine says it will actually remove inflammation. So it's actually a really healing thing to do. If anyone's inflamed and they've
So if you sprain your ankle tonight playing volleyball, just go out to this moon beam.
I think everybody's inflamed at our age.
I think we're all inflamed. We're all on fire. We're all eating too much, rancid whatever it is, and it's causing inflammation, and people are getting itises, diverticulitis, appendicitis, all the itises. So if you have an itis,
not your best friend.
It's not your best friend, and the moon will be your best friend, and the actual moon bathing actually, it reduces the heat in the body. So walk along the shore, say a little prayer of intention, because the moon will energize your prayer and your intention. You can manifest things more powerfully on the full moon, as well as have the moonbeams hit the skin on your face and reduce the anxiety.
Awesome.
Well, I have learned a lot today. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Thank you.
Very, very informative.
My pleasure.
And thank you so much, and happy birthday to all
Thank
the
you.
Sagittariuses
Happy
here.
birthday, all you Sages, soul sisters and
Let's
soul
go for a drink.
brothers.
That's right, and enjoy the moon.
Yes, enjoy that moon.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody,
Yes.
and watch your
Enjoy.
words and enjoy your family.
They could cut, if not.
Well, again, thanks so much. I wanted to give you a little something, a
Oh,
little happy birthday
can we share?
gift.
Because we're both Sagittarius.
Yes, well, I can get Karen a little something separate on the side, but this is for you
want me
for
to
joining
open
us.
it? Okay.
Today is our special
I
guest.
will open it so everybody can see.
Yeah.
It's a little AlexandAni gift. And it is a charm. Oh, very cool. With the Sagittarius on it.
Perfect.
Very
Oh, that's
cool.
very pretty.
Yeah, can you throw it up in there?
Can I get it closer?
Ah, nice.
That way.
A
Well,
straight shooter.
happy birthday. That is for
Thank you.
sure.
Happiest birthday.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And we look forward to seeing all of you on Newport Living and Lifestyles. Stay tuned.
If you all want a reading, go to theyogicmystic.com, or if you want to take one of my classes online, I'm happy to have you as a student. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Have a good one.